Hi there, I'm Tyler Finn, a sophomore at Claremont McKenna College. On November 4th, California voters will decide whether or not to approve Proposition 1. Proposition 1 is a legislatively referred bond act that would enact the Water Quality, Supply, and Infrastructure Improvement Act of 2014. Of note, because the measure was passed in the last few days of the legislative session, all information about it, including arguments for and against, will be included in a supplemental ballot pamphlet and not in the main ballot pamphlet. Proposition 1 would authorize $7.12 billion in general obligation bonds for state water supply infrastructure projects. Government bonds are essentially loans from the public to the state to be paid back over a set period of time with interest. If Proposition 1 is approved by the voters, California will sell $7.12 billion worth of bonds to be paid back over the next 40 years. Total cost of repayment of the bonds will total about $14.4 billion. It is important to note that much of the bond requires matching funds from local agencies in order to be implemented. Proposition 1 bond funds will be used for statewide water system operational improvement and drought preparedness, watershed protection and restoration, groundwater sustainability projects, and flood management projects, among other uses. Notably, no funds are allocated to build a canal or a tunnel to move water around the Sacramento River Delta. Proposition 1 replaces a more expensive $11 billion bond previously approved by the California legislature but never submitted to voters. Since 2002, California voters have approved approximately $8.8 billion in water-related bonds. Supporters of Proposition 1 say it, 1. Will help ensure a reliable water supply for farms and businesses during severe drought. 2. Is fiscally responsible and does not raise taxes. And 3. Safeguards our existing water supply and stores water where we have it for future use. Opponents of Proposition 1 say it, 1. Benefits special interests and undermines the public trust doctrine. 2. Sabotages efforts to meaningfully resolve the water crisis. And 3. Is fiscally irresponsible. Support for Proposition 1 is widespread throughout the California political establishment, with endorsements from Governor Jerry Brown, Senator Dianne Feinstein, and Senator Barbara Boxer. Proposition 1 was placed on the November ballot with nearly unanimous votes of both houses of the California legislature. Support for Proposition 1 also comes from the California Farm Bureau Federation, California Chamber of Commerce, and the Nature Conservancy. In opposition to Proposition 1 are a number of fishing associations and river delta advocacy groups. The statement of opposition to Proposition 1 that will be published in the November Voters Guide was written by the California Sport Fishing Protection Alliance. Opponents argue that the benefits of water infrastructure projects are outweighed by the substantial long-term costs associated with the passage of Proposition 1. Ultimately, your vote for or against Proposition 1 is a choice between making improvements to California's water infrastructure or not increasing California's bond debt. For more information on Proposition 1 and the rest of the ballot measures, visit roseinstitute.org or voterguide.sos.ca.gov. And please remember to vote this November 4th.